Hi guys, this is Best Boomer back with you. I just got done with my run. It's a beautiful 78 degrees here in Surprise, Arizona. If you like my channel, please like it and share it, and even consider subscribing. I don't have that many subscribers, but I'm going to keep at it for a while, mainly because I really enjoy doing this. It gives me a place to vent and show items that I've come up with that I think really are good. So today I'm going to talk about censorship. Now this is a subject I can get real passionate about. And I would guess that probably at least 60-70% of the population doesn't see this, doesn't even notice it. Maybe because their content and ideas agree with the media. But let me tell you, it's out there live and well. So censorship, it's the definition when news reports are screened for the purpose of suppressing parts of it deemed objectionable on moral, political, military, or other grounds. I'll give you a little example of this. And this is true. You can look it up. Representative Adam Schiff sent a message to executives of Google, Twitter, and YouTube demanding censorship of anything deemed misinformation and false information. Now, I ask you, who determines what false information is? Well, we're seeing what's going on these media platforms. YouTube, I'll give you another example where YouTube actually took down a couple videos of doctors. The reason they took them down was these doctors were calling for an easing of lockdown orders because they argued that COVID was not as dangerous as suggested, and their videos were taken down. What does this tell you about censorship? Apparently there is an agenda out there, or multitude of agendae that are trying to guide our thinking and guide our actions for, I think, political purposes. May 28th, 2020, President Trump actually issued an executive order on preventing online censorship. He certainly recognized what was happening in the media. And I don't know as this has really, been acted on that much. They've talked about actually, suing these companies and, because they have pretty much control over whatever they put on, and they all have their own political agenda, so they're gonna, put on what they want. And the sad thing is that people, anything they read or see, they believe, and if you see it 100 times over, you're going to believe it in even more. And this is what the media is doing. For instance, and anybody can get on there right now and scroll down, and I'm going to talk about Facebook a minute, and find any posting on anything that has to do with President Trump, or anything, in support of him, and they insert a blurb reminding you that Biden is the president-elect, which he isn't. It's not final yet. But they're putting that on there over and over and over again, so that every time you see Trump's name, you'll see this little blurb. Now, you talk about trying to control one's thoughts, and, you can go and seek out that information if you want to, but in just reading something about Trump, do you necessarily have to be reminded? And I guess, trying to convince us that it's a done deal. And that's exactly what they're trying to do, convince us that it's a done deal. And at some point it will be, when it goes to court or whatever, however it's resolved, it will be a done deal. But to say lies, untruths, while the process is playing out, is so wrong. So wrong. Censorship is wrong. We have First Amendment rights of free speech. Now, they aren't all-encompassing. We know that there are some instances where the government can curtail what you're saying. If it's obscene or fighting words or libel or slander or sedition, then yes, there can be censorship. But we're seeing it left and right here. And anybody, whether you're for Trump, Biden, or whoever, should recognize censorship when they see it and, be very, very concerned. Our country is built on freedoms. And there are a lot of people out there who are trying to preserve our freedom. And I think that's, the Trump supporters, that's what they're seeing and being passionate about. It isn't Trump per se. It's America's rights and freedoms and what we stand for, and freedom to worship and use God, the word God, in our Pledge of Allegiance, and on and on and on. And to curtail those freedoms, you are, I think, stepping into a place that you don't really want to step into, because the silent majority, they have been silent up to now, but they're waking up to what's going on. And I don't think that they're going to be people easily led. Many of them are immigrants. We live in Arizona. We had a gal come up. They're moving to a new neighborhood, and we got to talking to her. She's actually, I believe she was from Argentina. But she says, I came to this country for freedoms. And she said, she can't believe, what's going on. And there are, many others, people who, from Cuba, from Mexico. They came here for a reason, for what our country stands for the freedoms. And the Black community is waking up, too, to see that they've been kept in a place by the Democrats that serves the Democrat leadership, not the Black community. And so it's, it's a sad thing. It's censorship, is thought control. We don't want it. Here's another little example. You can come up with tons of them, but, the recent million MAGA march, where everyone went to Washington, D.C. to stand up for President Trump and America's values. They're flying American flags, which you don't see by the Democratic Party. What's up with that? But the news, your regular channels such as CNN and, I don't know, CBS, all those channels, and Fox now too, not showing the violence that took place there. The MAGA supporters being actually attacked by Antifa and also by Black Lives Matter. Now, why wouldn't you see that on all stations? That's unbelievable. The MAGA people, it is a peaceful get-together. They're singing American songs, God bless America. And then you have these people come in attacking them. You don't see it. That's censorship, huge censorship, because the mainstream media does not want you to see that. That doesn't go along with their narrative. Now, people, again, I say, I don't care who you support, but right is right and wrong is wrong. I go back to that. And if you can't justify and verbalize what makes that the right thing to do, then I guess, you shouldn't be doing it. Um, it's mind-boggling to me. It's scary to me. It's, our republic is under attack, as I said in one of my videos where, I talk about the book that I read by the leader of Judicial Watch, and they're nonpartisan. I mean, they have investigated things that have gone on in both Democratic and Republican administrations, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a scary thing. So I think that's about all I had to cover. It's just so, I don't know. It's something that, like I said, is unbelievable, and it's happening every day, every minute on multiple platforms. And I kind of fall down a rabbit hole sometimes in going back and forth with people, and these are friends and family even, on why I support Trump. He hasn't done anything, but when you come back with facts, it's hard to refute them. So it's a lot more about feelings. I think with many of the people who I'm going back and forth with, they don't like Trump, and period. Doesn't matter what he's done for the country. But I'm just giving a word of warning to really look into the party you're supporting. And even if it's a left-wing part of that party, the radicals, as some say, it's not the Democratic Party. Well, it's coloring the Democratic Party, and it's causing a split in the party. And I don't know who's going to win out, but there's a very violent sect of that party that I would want nothing to do with. So there's my rant for today, my Monday rant. So listen to it. You can like it or not, agree with it or not. But if you do like it, please share it and subscribe to my channel, Best Boomer, on YouTube. And I guess I'll talk to you next time. Okay, you take care out there. Bye-bye.